Hello there, a very happy Friday to you. Thank you so much, as always, for stopping by to check out, I guess in honor of St. Patrick's Day, the very fitting Green Pill. And yes, it's a place where every Friday, just a regular guy who really digs health and performance content brings you a data source and an action point for anyone out there who's motivated to try and make a positive change in their life. And it's all based around the six key pillars to good health, as far as I'm concerned, and that's sleep, movement, nutrition, meditation, people, and purpose. And this week brings us back around to pillar number three, everybody's favorite, nutrition. And this week's data source is Professor Tim Spector. He's the head of genetic epidemiology at UCL, and he's a best-selling author. And his most recent book, entitled Spoon-Fed: Why Everything We Know About Food is Wrong. Long but catchy, and it did get me thinking. Can that really be true in this data-driven world that we know so little about food? Well, he highlights a survey of the 13 leading specialists in nutrition, and they were asked to rank 100 different foods, and they only had consensus on 50% of them, which blew my mind. And maybe that's one of the reasons why we know so little about food, is that even the experts can't agree on what's right and wrong. And so many of us beat ourselves up about our nutrition and it not being good enough. But there was one thing that they did agree on wholeheartedly, and that was that real whole foods are much better for us than fake artificial processed food made up of chemicals. And they highlight that if you look at areas in the world, the data is very clear. Areas like the UK and the US, where processed foods are up to 50-60% for the average person, comparing to Mediterranean countries where it's only 10 to 20%, the key health indicators prove undoubtedly it's a huge factor to our health. So that's great. We've got a solid foundation for what good nutrition looks like. But why don't we think like that? Why do when it comes to good nutrition, why do we think calories, fats, sugars, carbs, how much protein there is in there? The last thing we think about is how real it is. And there's, I guess, a few reasons why, and the most common reason is mainstream media, which is fundamentally dictated by the billion-dollar food companies, and it's just simply not in their best interest to want to share that. They don't fund research on real food versus fake food. They fund research on high calorie food versus low, high fat food versus low, because they can sell us on that, and they know it sells, and they're only selling more of it cheaper every single year. And that's probably one of the biggest reasons why health is deteriorating, even though we supposedly know so much about it. Only we don't. It's not enough, because macronutrients that come in a box that you can put in an oven or in a microwave, or comes in a delivery bag, are not equivalent to macronutrients that are obtained from a meal that you've made from home at scratch. So that's something that we really need to start taking more notice of. And I think we will in the coming generations. Countries are already leading this charge and fighting against these companies in the government. And countries like Chile have actually achieved getting cartoons on fake cereal boxes banned, so they can't target our children. And they also have removed all food labeling, barring one, and that's a black dot to highlight on any processed food, so that even the child knows that's bad for me. And I hope one day a lot more countries will follow suit. But for us, what's this week's action point? Well, I guess it's simple. Just nice and easy. Change the way you think about food. Forget calories, fats, sugars. If you want to think about healthy food, the only thing that we know for sure to think of is it real or is it fake? And I'm sure that if you start eating more real food, you'll start naturally feeling a lot better in yourself from what you eat. There you go. I hope this was helpful. Please let me know your thoughts and feedback. Always love to hear from you. Have a fantastic weekend, and remember to stack the odds in your favor and feel good now.